Now, Lenovo's ThinkBook line has been making waves this year, especially with that ThinkBook 16P that I just took a look at recently. Link will be in the description below. If you didn't check it out, I highly recommend you do so. A really nice 16-inch laptop. But I wanted to check out a more ultra-portable device that they do have in the ThinkBook line. So Lenovo sent over the ThinkBook 13X, an ultra-portable that really is going to open some eyes. Under 3 pounds, it's got a beautiful 13-inch display. It's a touch display, bright, sharp, everything you'd want. It's got a good battery in terms of the battery life. We're going to talk about that in the upcoming full review, but so far it's looking really good. And of course, you get good performance out of that Tiger Lake processor. We're going to talk about that and more in this unboxing. Hey everybody, it's Andrew, and this is my unboxing and first look at the Lenovo ThinkBook 13X Gen 1 here for 2021. Coming up. And as we take a look at the specs, I want to let everybody know, in the interest of transparency and full disclosure, I'm not being paid by Lenovo, I'm not being sponsored by Lenovo. All the opinions you're about to hear are my own. Lenovo is not getting copy approval. They're seeing this video for the first time, just like you. Now, this review unit is on loan from Lenovo, and once this review is done, I'll be sending it back. Now, pricing is very competitive, especially for an ultra-portable like this that is aimed at small to medium businesses. With a price starting at $1,219.39, I think that's actually pretty good. For those interested, check out the link below for more information and where you can buy one. And with the specs and pricing out of the way, let's find out what you get inside the box. Let's open it up. Now, one thing you're going to note about this is the really premium packaging of this ThinkBook line. And you can tell a lot of attention was paid to the details of the unboxing experience, and I like that. Lifting the lid, you're greeted by the unit itself, and the first thing you'll notice is it's a very premium feeling device. It has some nice weight to it, but not overly heavy. We're going to get to that in just a moment. And what's pretty interesting is they give you a Bluetooth mouse that is included at no additional cost. A nice value add, not something we see every day. You get some documentation along with some warranty information as well. You get a 65-watt USB-C power adapter. It's actually pretty compact, and they give you the extension cord as well. And I love the fact they give you a mini hub in the box that you're going to need. It has an HDMI port, it has a VGA port, and it has a full-size USB-A port. Now, there are two different colors you can get this in. I have here the cloud gray, but you could also get it in the darker storm gray that we've seen in the past. I actually like this cloud gray. It's constructed with an aluminum top, a magnesium aluminum bottom cover with an anodized sandblasted finish. This is a very rigid design with very little give, if any, in the actual chassis. This is one well-made laptop, that's for sure. And it's a very portable device since this is a 13-inch ultra portable. So if you throw this in the bag, it's easy to take with you on a business trip, on the road, out of the office, whatever you need it to do, it's easy to take with you. Now, this being an ultra portable laptop, that means you're not going to get too many ports, but we're going to start off on the left side. We get two Thunderbolt 4 USB-C ports that are full service. That means they do data charge and display out. And next to that is a 3.5mm headphone microphone combo jack. And moving over to the right side, you get your power button, which also doubles as a fingerprint scanner. And that rounds out the ports on this laptop. Notably missing, there's no micro SD card slot, and there's no USB-A port or HDMI port. The good news is they give you that dongle in the box that includes some missing ports. Now, to get inside this laptop, all you need to do is remove the T5 Torx screws, pop off the bottom plate. Be careful when you're doing so. It's on pretty tight. Use a pry tool or something very similar like a guitar pick and work your way around. You don't want to break anything or snap off any of the tabs. But once you do, you pop off that bottom cover. Now, it's not hard, but make sure you take your time. You don't want to break anything. Now, once inside, you'll notice that single fan for cooling, and it has a 53 watt-hour battery. We're going to get into the battery life and charging times in the upcoming full review. But in the meantime, let's talk about the RAM. Now, my unit has 16 gigabytes of LPDDR4X RAM, and it's running in dual channel mode. But one thing to note, it's soldered into the motherboard. That means as the user, you won't be able to upgrade it down the road. It's a bit of a negative. But the good news is you can upgrade the SSD. It's an M.2 PCIe NVMe SSD storage, and it is a PCIe Gen 4. That means you're going to get some really fast reads and writes, as you can see from the results. It has Wi-Fi 6 along with Bluetooth 5.2, and both are working as expected, both working well. One thing to note, it's soldered in. You won't be able to upgrade it down the road. Something to keep in mind. All right, let's talk about one of my favorite aspects of this laptop, and that would be its display. What we're looking at here is a 13.3-inch 16:10 aspect ratio display. It has a resolution of 2560 by 1600. It's an IPS display, which is also a touchscreen display. Now, one thing to note, there is a version that also is a non-touch display, but I recommend getting the touchscreen if you can, because it really is convenient to navigate through the OS. I actually like it. Now, they claim that this will get as bright as 400 nits. I actually measured above that, 404 nits, even better. Now, it's slightly glossy, but not overly glossy, but you will notice some glare and reflections in certain lighting conditions, but I've seen worse. This isn't bad at all. It has some really deep blacks, good white point, excellent contrast, and it has a low delta E score of 1.65. Remember, anything under 2 is considered color accurate. And it covers the color gamut pretty well. You're looking at 100% sRGB, 73% Adobe RGB, 73% of the DCI P3 wide color gamut, and 67% NTSC, making it a decent choice if you are a content creator. If you're doing Lightroom, Photoshop, and video editing, you'll be okay with this display. And it has a low blue light filter, which will reduce the chances of eye strain, which is always good, of course. You don't want to have that. And it's also a Dolby Vision display, making this an excellent choice for those that are watching high dynamic range content. It really shines on this panel. And as I mentioned, it's a multi-touch display, and I thought it worked well, very responsive, navigating through the OS with your finger. Now, I didn't notice that it had any pen support. None of the pens I have here worked with it, so don't expect any pen support, but I don't really think that's a big issue since this is a clamshell at the end of the day. And you're looking at some pretty thin bezels, and it has a reverse notch, which also houses the webcam. Let's check it out now. So this is the front-facing camera on the brand new ThinkBook 13X Gen 1 here for 2021. It's a really compact, ultra-portable laptop that is geared towards small to medium businesses. I think it's a really nice job they did here. Now, this is a 720p, 30 frames per second webcam. What do you think about the audio quality? What do you think about the video quality? Let me know in the comment section below. Now, there is a shutter switch which allows you to turn off the webcam for more security and privacy. It's located on that reverse notch. There's also a fingerprint scanner that is found by the power button. It doubles as a fingerprint scanner, registering my finger each and every time. Good for Windows Holo login, good for security reasons, and so forth. Good so far. But I'm curious to know what you think. Let me know in that comment section below. And for those wondering, no, you can't open the lid with one finger. This ultra portable just is not designed to do that. But when you do open it, it does have a flip to boot feature. Flip the laptop's lid open and the 13X will automatically power on and start up. Now, you're not seeing that here because I didn't power this on for the first time. This is right out of the box, so expect to do that when it is fully set up. The 13X also sports a 6-row keyboard that is spill resistant. So if you spill coffee, if you spill water, you have a fighting chance of this surviving. That's pretty good. Now, the 13X also has unified communication keys. Those would be the F9 through the F11. And of course, if you're working from home, if you're doing a lot of Skype or Zoom calls and stuff like that, having communication keys is definitely a must, especially here in 2021. Now, typing on it has been pretty good, very good tactile feedback, but it is a bit on the shallow side in terms of the key travel, not unexpected with such an ultra portable. But having said that, very comfortable to type on for extended periods of time. There is a multi-stage backlight that allows you to get work done in a dark room or a dimly lit environment. Worked well. Now, the white backlight with the dark keys is easy to differentiate to see the contrast between the two, and that's pretty good. And it has a precision touchpad that I thought was super responsive. It really worked well in terms of two-finger scrolling, and all the gestures work as you'd expect. Now, as far as the audio is concerned, this has two 2-watt speakers. They're bottom-facing, and they're Dolby Audio, and they're Harman branded. And I got to say, they're okay. Fills up a room pretty decently. A hint of bass, the mids were decent, and the volume was pretty good. For an ultra-portable, I would say these aren't bad. Not the world-class sound in terms of speakers, but I think this will get the job done. Of course, you could always use Bluetooth headphones or wired headphones for a more enhanced audio experience. And as I mentioned earlier, this is running the Core i5 1130G7 processor. That's a UP4 Tiger Lake processor. In other words, a lower powered version of the Tiger Lake processor that we normally see. And it's actually pretty efficient and actually has some pretty decent performance, as you can see from these numbers. Of course, you could do Microsoft Office, email, web browsing. So far, it's all working well. Watching Netflix, Amazon, YouTube, and consuming media in general has been great on this laptop, especially with that really nice 13-inch Dolby Vision display. Now, as far as gaming is concerned, I expect to be able to game on this if you lower some of the settings. I'll bring you all those numbers in the upcoming full review. I'll test the battery life. I'll test the thermals when it's under heavy load, see if we get a lot of thermal throttling, if any. I will let you know as well in that department. But so far, performance has been looking pretty good on this really nice ultra portable. All right, let's bring it all home. And so far, so good, ladies and gentlemen. The 13X from the ThinkBook line has been really great. I like its bright, sharp 13-inch touch display. Its sleek looks, its all-metal design has really been rock solid. PCIe Gen 4 SSD speeds have been great. Upgradable SSD, which is always great, as you know. Strong performance for this ultra portable 53 watt-hour battery. You can expect all-day battery life. I will bring you all those numbers in terms of the battery life and charging times in the upcoming full review. It has two 2-watt Dolby speakers, which are surprisingly pretty good, especially for an ultra portable. That's not something we normally see. It's got some really competitive pricing, starting at about $1,200 or so, and I'm sure Lenovo will have some really good sales in the upcoming holiday season, so you may want to look out for that link below. Negatives here, of course, no USB-A port, no HDMI port, but you do get those ports in the included dongle. And by the way, they also give you a nice Bluetooth mouse. That is a nice added bonus as well. The other negative here is there's no 5G or LTE option that we would get in the ThinkPad line. I don't see it here, and it would have been nice, especially for that small to medium business owner that this is aimed towards. And of course, it has soldered RAM. That means you as the user cannot upgrade it. But it's not a deal breaker, and it's not unexpected in an ultra portable like this. I like the way this looks, I like its price, and I like what it brings to the table, and I can't wait to bring you my full review. That will be coming very soon. So what do you think about this bad boy, the 13X in that ThinkBook line? First thing you want to see is this really nice cloud gray. You could also get it in storm gray, two-tone finish. Rock solid in terms of the build quality. Hardly, if any, flex on this chassis. It's a rock solid device. This can take some pretty good licking and keep on ticking, that's for sure. It's really durable. All metal design, of course. Now, the thing is, of course, you're not going to get a lot of ports on this ultra portable. That's to be expected. 2 Thunderbolt 4 ports, full service, data charge, display out. You see them over here. And of course, they do include a dongle in the box that gives you some of the missing ports that you might need. That's a nice touch. In addition to the Bluetooth mouse, which I don't think I've ever seen that before, where they give you a mouse in addition to the laptop in the box. A really nice value add, in my opinion. The display is absolutely gorgeous. 13-inch. Bright display over 400 nits. It's a really nice sharp display in terms of the color accuracy, coverage of the color gamut. It works well. This is a really nice display. This is the kind of laptop you could throw in the bag if you're on a business trip. This will definitely be great. It won't weigh you down, but it doesn't sacrifice performance, battery life. And of course, I think it also comes in at a great price. That is something you want to consider. Now, this is about $1,200 or so over at Lenovo's site, but of course they're always running sales, so make sure you check out that link below for the latest pricing. This might be a great option, especially because it doesn't break the bank, and especially with the build quality and everything that this offers. This is an intriguing choice, but I'm curious to know what you think. Let me know in that comment section below. So please hit the like button, please subscribe, please share this video. Don't forget to leave a comment in that comment section below. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know if there's a device or something out there you think I should review. I'll do my best to try to make that happen. Don't forget to check me out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course my website, amdtechreviews.com. So until next time, this is Andrew from AMD Tech. See ya.